Okay, Coroneos 100 integrals number 47. Now, this question, we need to integrate x squared plus x minus 1 to the power of negative 1. Now, from my memory, previously we did that question for number 45. For number 45, it was plus 1 here, but now for number 47, it was just minus 1. Now, the difference between plus 1 and minus 1 seems to be like a very, it's not much, right? It's only just a sign difference. However, the way to do the question can be so different. Okay, so let's just start with this question. First step, we need to change that into a fraction, like what we did before. Now, the denominator is a quadratic, so I'm guessing we're going to use the same method by completing this, square here and see what we are going to get. All right, so we're going to plus 1 over 4 minus 1 over 4 minus 1. So this time we're going to get x plus half to the power of 2 minus 5 over 4. So this becomes a bit tricky because previously it's plus a number there instead of minus. So if it was a plus before, we can use a inverse trigonometry to deal with it. But now it's minus. All right, so the inverse tangent is not going to help us to integrate. So what do I do with this question here? Well, now if you look at the denominator, it looks like you've got a square, you've got another square, and that's a difference. So difference of two square is the method you need to do. Okay, so what you need to do now is, what we need to do here is separate that into two parts. So we've got x plus half squared, or actually x plus half plus root 5 over 2, and x plus half minus root 5 over 2 dx. Alright, so once we finished up to here, then we need to use the partial fraction to do the question. Yes, it's partial fraction. There's no other easier way to do it. So what we need to do is we're going to let a over x plus half plus root 5 over 2 plus b over x plus half minus root 5 over 2 is equal to 1 over x plus half plus root 5 over 2 and x plus half minus root 5 over 2. So that's the way to do this question there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to just, well, as you can see, we need to times them, and we need to use some substitution method to work out the answer there. Okay, let's do it. So a times by x plus half minus root 5 over 2 plus b times by x plus half plus root 5 over 2, and it's equal to 1 there. So once you finish that, we need to do some substitution. So let's first cancel the a. So what we need to do is we need to let x equals to the opposite of these two. All right, so if we let x equals to minus half plus root 5 over 2, then the term here cancels out. So therefore, if we substitute this one inside there, this 2 cancels out as well. So we end up with root 5 over 2 times plus root 5 over 2, which is just root 5. So root 5b is equal to 1, and b is equal to 1 over root 5. Now we can do the same thing to cancel the b. So if we let x equal to minus half minus root 5 over 2, we should be able to get negative root 5a is equal to 1, and a is equal to minus 1 over root 5. All right, so that way now we can just now substitute these two values back into here, and we now can integrate this. All right, so therefore hence, all right, so when we integrate that, we get 1 over x squared plus x minus 1 dx. Now it can be changed into the first one is a. All right, so a is minus root 5. Okay, so that becomes minus 1 over root 5 over x squared plus half plus 5 over 2. Okay, so I just need to check. Plus half plus root 5 over 2. Okay, and then plus 1 over root 5 over x squared plus half minus root 5 over 2. That's it. All right, and now we can integrate it using, sorry, we shouldn't have a square here. They shouldn't have any square. That's just x. So I guess yep, there's no square before. All right, so now what we need to do is just normal integration using logarithm there. So we should be able to get just negative 1 over root 5, ln absolute value x plus half plus root 5 over 2, plus 1 over root 5, ln absolute value x plus half minus root 5 over 2 plus c. Now we can obviously write this one in a much nicer form. So instead of writing this, all right, what we can do is we can take this one out, factorize it. So factorize 1 over root 5 out. All right, and then we apply the logarithm laws. All right, so this is minus here. So we use this divided by the terms there. So we get x plus half minus root 5 over 2 over x plus half plus root 5 over 2. That's what we get. And then at the end, what you can also do is times both the numerator and the denominator of what's inside by 2. So you end up with 2x plus 1 minus root 5 over 2x plus 1 plus root 5 and plus c at the end. So that becomes the final answer. As you can see, this question is very similar to question 45. However, just a sign difference, okay, that makes a huge difference with the question here. We need to use the partial fraction. So whenever you see something like this, do not give up, all right? Continue to do the question. You will eventually get the right answer. Okay, thanks for watching.